Don Schmidt, the Book Kahuna, coming at you with today's publishing tip for the day. I just completed a blog post I wanted to talk about a little bit. You know, when I was hired at McGraw-Hill, it was 1991. Wow. The Giants had just won the Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills. The famous wide right Scotty Norwood on the field goal attempt. And I got into a situation where I was working for a company that we were producing a lot of books. And we had a small staff. And I was in the professional and reference division. And for the first few months, I couldn't really figure out a process to get myself to a point where I could get the work done and stay on top of everything that was coming through. And when you're doing roughly 125 books per production manufacturing person per year, that's a lot of proof trafficking and estimating and purchase orders and covers and jackets and bulks. And so I was starting to get behind, and I couldn't figure out what I could do to catch up. And finally, I came up with an idea. And I know this is not any kind of idea that hasn't been floated by a million other people out there, but this was just what I started to do every day. And sometimes I would actually do it the night before in preparation for the next day. I would take a 4x6 sticky note, and I would write down the top 10 things that I had to get done the next day. And I would go through them and scratch them off one at a time as I went through and got them completed. And of course, I left in flex time for the ability to deal with any kind of hot situation that came up. You get a phone call from a vendor, you've got a problem on something, you got to drop everything, deal with that. You've got your boss who gives you a special project to work on, you've got to drop everything and deal with that. There was always flexibility built in, and over time it started to really work, and I started to catch up, and I started to get to the point where I was completely on top of everything that I was doing. And it was an amazing transformation, and I just kept doing it. I just kept writing those little notes and having the stickies and just getting everything done that way, and was totally on top of my workload 20 years ago. And you know, it paid off, because I did get promoted while I was at McGraw-Hill. And anybody who's in the publishing industry knows that McGraw-Hill is a very, very prestigious company to work for, number one, or it was. Now it's the financial problems now, but it was a very prestigious company to work for. And once people were there, they never left. And so getting a promotion in a place like McGraw-Hill was a real feather in the cap at that particular point in time in my career. And that's why I continue to this day to write notes and just lay out things that I need to get done during the course of my day, and take them one at a time and allow for things to come in that are going to throw you off your schedule, and it's all going to be okay. You don't have to worry about it. But it is a time management skill, because basically what you're doing is, if you don't have an idea of what has to get done and what order they have to get done in, you're going to lose your momentum going through your day, and you might end up actually falling backwards, or just getting flustered on things as they pop up while you're trying to get something done without realizing what you have to do next, or where you're going and how long it should take. Anyway, try it. Try it for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Try noting 5 to 10 things you have to get done during the course of a day. See if it sticks for you, and see if things get more streamlined in how you process whatever you need to get done. Don Schmidt, the Book Kahuna. That's my publishing tip for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.